All right. Welcome, everyone. This is John Adolfi. Oh, boy, that is not a really good. Hold on one second here. Whoops. I don't know if this is it or not, but I'm going to take there. It's about as good as we're going to get it, I guess. Welcome, everybody. I'm just going to say hello, all. It's a little bit clumsy at YouTube Live, but it's okay. Boy, that's really bad. I'm going to not use my laptop going forward. Yeah, but welcome. I'm glad you're here. We're going to have some fun tonight, okay? My name's John Adolfi. We just got done doing a TikTok Live. And anyways, hello, David. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Walt, hey, I got your text. I'll be happy to address that with you when we get done here. And welcome to our program tonight. We are going to talk about we'll talk about human footprints in stone in general, okay? And I've got a package I'm going to open up, and I'm going to show it to you live here tonight. We've been presenting a number of evidences of human footprints, dinosaur prints, handprints, paw prints in the Paluxy River area, primarily because that seems to be a hotbed for this type of, hi, Sandra, welcome to the program. Hotbed for this type of thing. Hold on, guys and gals. You know what I'm going to do? In all fairness, I am going to text our group and let them know that I'm on. You may not know about the text thing. I'll tell you about it in just 2 seconds. What I do is I get on my phone and I text a community of people that have chosen to be texted. And I'll give you that number if you'd like it, if you like this kind of content especially, okay? So what I do is I just text them the link and I'll say, going live on YouTube, okay? And let me show you what that number is. I got it written down here. So those of you that are watching this after the fact, 315-509-9075. Now, this is only good for the United States and Canada, and it's free. And what it looks like is this. You text this number, say, hey, John, what up? And I'll say, hey, Bob, Sue, Becky, whatever. Welcome to the community, the museum community. And from that point forward, maybe once a day, twice a day, or every other day, you'll get a link to a live event or a new piece of content, such as a new video that we put up on TikTok or YouTube. YouTube, we do long form video, and TikTok, we do, the 15 to 30 second videos. So that will be of this subject matter. So if you like this subject matter, you're going to want to get into this group if you want something a little bit more, how shall I say, responsive. As good as the social media alert systems are, they're not the best. You get a text with a link from me, then you're guaranteed that you're going to know what our programming is when it happens, the minute it happens, okay? All right, so I don't know if you guys have any questions on your mind, but I'm going to talk a little bit about a few things, and I purposely did not share everything on TikTok. So if you're coming over from TikTok to this, congratulations. Let's talk about what we have here. This is a footprint that we got from Sweden. It's a little bit glossy, and I'm going to show you the original. This is a cast of it, and here we go. It's about 9 inches, long. Okay, and I'll share with you the details of it in just a moment. Let me show you the original photograph of it. Now, of a footprint is either carved, or it's real, or it's something else other than a human footprint, or it is a natural occurrence that looks like a footprint. So it's possible. I'm just going to hit all the possible possibilities of what something is impressed in the ground, that it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a human footprint. Could be carved if it's fake, but if it's carved, when you do a CAT scan, or if you cut it and look to see if there's compression in the mud underneath the footprint in this case, then you know there's a good chance it's a footprint. When you carve a footprint or anything in stone, you can't duplicate the compression, because when the mud was soft, the foot went down, compressed the mud, and when you CAT scan it or when you cut it and then look at the cross section of it, like this, cross section of it here or here or here, you then can determine whether or not the footprint is real or not. Now, this is still in the wilderness. Nobody has actually taken this and done anything with it. So it's possible it could be a fake footprint. What's cool is that there's another footprint nearby where it's just the heel. And he says that there's other footprints near it as well, too. Let me read. There are quite a few theories about how these footprints have formed in stone from woods in the middle parts of Sweden. The landowner tells us that these footprints have been well known in the village at least since the mid-1800s. According to the legend, footprints are supposed to have been formed while the mountain still was soft and moldable. Stories are told of a woman who lived in a chalet nearby a long time ago that should have left her footprints in the formidable mountain. These very footprints of which posterity has become so interested in. Okay, so there's your legend of actual footprints. Joe Taylor from the Mount Blanco Fossil Museum commented, and he said this. After looking at the photo, I sent him the photo, okay, and he has seen footprints before. He has actually casted footprints before, dinosaur, possibly human. He says, I'd say it's sandstone or mudstone that this is in, with plant inclusions. That means that there's little bits of plant material in there. The sharp edges make me a bit cautious, okay? When he looked at the heel photo, the one that I can't show you tonight, the pattern on the heel looks chiseled, or they were wearing woven shoes. They are very much like each other. I see what he's saying. So another thing that you look for when you're examining a footprint is if there's any shifting that took place. That's a good sign. So you'll see some kind of like superimposement within the footprint, because when you go down, sometimes the foot shifts just a little bit. And if it does, it's going to leave that behind. All right. How many do we have on here? 7? Sounds good. I'm going to open this up. This is worth the price of admission just for coming on here, because I've been saving this for 2 days to open it up tonight on YouTube. I did not open it on TikTok. We're going to be doing more of these. So if you're interested in this type of thing, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and set that alert at the very top of the types of alerts, because otherwise you subscribe and you don't raise that alert right at the very top. What happens is that you won't get alerted. Okay, let me give you a background. I was reading this book from 1980 about the man tracks and dinosaur tracks at the Pluxee River. He had a lot of photos in it, and it was a good book. And I thought, this book is out of print. This should be in print. The man died several years ago, but his daughter lives on. And I contacted her, and she said, my dad has a bunch of original photos. Would you like to see them? Yes. She packaged them up. These are the original photos I'm about to open. All right. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Looks like we got a book called Giant Man Tracks. Oh my goodness. Oh, sorry guys, here. Okay, hold on. Let me just, this is so exciting. There we go. Here is the first edition. Okay, this is first edition of her dad's book. And it's from Frederick Birrell. It's Giant Man Tracks. Now, I believe where this is down at the Glen Rose, Texas. It is the state park. There used to be giant man tracks there. There are not only no longer any giant man tracks there, but the sign is gone, and they refuse to admit. This is what the sign says. Dinosaur tracks, giant men tracks. More tracks here than anywhere above water. Dinosaur National Park, I believe it is. Look at this. Can you read it? Is it in reverse vision? I'm going to show this to you. Do you see the second line down? Giant man tracks. I'll go through this book and see what we got. I'm trying to get clear photos of some of these tracks. Even though it says second edition, this is the second printing of the first edition. Okay. What is this? Hold on, guys. I'm going to show it to you. I don't know what this stuff is. These are all photos that she sent me. She sent me a whole packet of them. I'm going to have to go through all these. They're awfully small. Wow. Okay. I understand that I'm going to have to go through these, but let's go through them real quick and see if there's the sign again. Oh, wow. Look at that second line right there. Giant man tracks. Okay, he produced the book in 1980. Let me see when the first edition was. These photos were taken in the 1970s. Okay, 1974. So these photos were taken sometime before that. Let's see here. I'm just gonna cruise through these photos. This must be at the Dinosaur World or the park or whatever. Oh my goodness, look at this. That's a dinosaur track right there. That is a dinosaur track. Oh my goodness. Okay, some of these I can't make out, so I got to go through these very carefully and see what they are. But the ones that, okay, so this is an ancient carving on the wall. I don't have any background on it just yet, but I will. Another one. Is that a dinosaur or is that just something else? Maybe it's something else. Okay. All right, guys and gals, again, I want to make sure that I'm identifying these correctly. So some of these may be the actual tracks that are in the Paluxy River. Some of them may be just mud tracks demonstrating how a footprint looks like in mud. I will get these scanned high res and I will present them. Here's another dinosaur track. Look at that. That's huge. Dinosaur track. Now, obviously the person's far away, so it's going to look larger. Human track. And I believe that's one of the larger ones. Yeah. These are like 19 inches. There's a pretty good. They're like 19 inches long. Let me just double check. That's a foot. Yeah, this is a 19-inch, what they believe to be a human footprint. And this is probably some of the best photographic evidence, even though this camera on this laptop isn't very good. Here's another, what they believe to be a footprint, human footprint. They might be, they might not be. Here's another one that's large. They believe it to be human. Not all the time is the human footprint going to look exactly perfectly like toes and everything, because it's going to squish about and it's going to deform it. So sorry about this. Don't worry. You're going to get a front row seat when I get these collated. Oh, wow. Look at this one. Look at that one. Someone could make the argument that it's not a human foot. I get it, especially since it's so large, because that certainly doesn't. I mean, it's bad enough you've got a human footprint in Cretaceous limestone, because Cretaceous limestone is 70 to 120 million years old. So you shouldn't have a human footprint there, begin with, number one. Number two, a giant human footprint would suggest giantism and Genesis. It says in Genesis that there were giants in the earth in those days and even afterwards. Goliath, that was born sometime around 1400 years after the flood was nothing more than a genetic throwback to where humans were like that all the time. So during the worldwide flood, we see normal sized prints and we see giant human footprints as well. And so to me, that works perfectly well within the framework of the atom theory, the flavor of the atom theory that I believe. And here's another one. Wait till I do a high res scan on that. That's somebody's foot next to it. Is that? And this is not even, this camera on this thing is not even that good. So you're just getting a facsimile of what these are. All right, there's more, but I'm going to, oh my, there's some really good ones here. I'm going to go through them all, scan them, get as high res, pull out all the detail as possible. So that's what we're going to do. Hey, listen, we're going to end this live stream. And again, I want to invite you to two things. You may be ready for one and not for the other. If you're ready to be alerted when we go live, and even if you're watching the recording of this, feel free to do that. I'm John Adolfi, Lost World Museum, where we talk about apes, aliens, or Adam, okay? And so, yeah, and then if you want our newsletter, here, there you go, museumalerts.com. And I'll even send you over, if you do it tonight, I'll send you over a special report for free as a result of just doing that. So our newsletter goes out to around 1,450 people at this point, and we send it out Monday at 10 a.m. All right, so I'll be writing it tomorrow, and there you have it. Okay, so we talked a little bit about giant human tracks, man tracks, and the Paluxy River, and oh man, it is so exciting. We've got some photos here that we're going to be scanning, and I'll be incorporating these in the upcoming videos on the subject. This is the first time that these photos have seen the light of day since they were transferred over into a book in 1974. These were taken out of a man's collection by the daughter. She sent them to me. We're going to enhance them in the sense that we're going to pull out all the detail in each of these photos, put some context to them, and then present them to you, okay? So, all right, you guys have a wonderful night, and thank you very much for joining us. We'll be on again shortly. Just check our schedule, and for those of you, again, that want to be alerted when we have either new content or go live, just check out our text number. It's right there in the description. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.